was tough. Gut-wrenching, but part of the long and winding road. We made the mistake of giving her a little blue horsey in her stocking when I think she was 5 or 6. Had no idea what kind of a seed we were planting.
She started when she was 8. It wasn't until she was 11 that we bought a horse. Even when it was miserable like today, she would be out there and loving it. I mean, she'd always knew that it was what she wanted to do.
And it's a calling. I mean, there's no question in my mind. It's a calling both in terms of her connection to the horses, to the animals, the people, and to the competition. She is squarely focused on being a high-level eventer.
I always liked horses as a kid growing up. My parents didn't really know what to do with it, living in the city and everything. I think like most parents kind of thought or maybe hoped it was a phase. So every Saturday morning when I would head on out and I'd ride a horse named Impy. He's the one that taught me kind of all the basics, taught me how to walk, trot, canter, jump, everything. I don't remember there being any fear, I just remember excitement. That first show, having fun and getting the horse all braided and cleaned up, glamorizing him. The whole experience, I think, really hooked me on it. Girl. A long way down.
I don't think Lizzy would be here. Truly, I don't think she would be here if she hadn't had a horse and that outlet. I mean, it is a part of her. And she definitely had some really hard times in school.
It was not a good experience for her chemically. She had a couple good friends, but she's not one for a clique, at those ages, and then moving on into junior high and high school. The group is where it's at. And she didn't really fit into anybody's group.
Yeah, she was bullied. She's very sensitive, so she would react. And I think bullies target the people that will react. And because she had a passion that people could target.
She would walk over to the barn every day. She came through school with the support of her horse friends.
Coming home from school, I knew, okay, I'm just going to go to the barn. I don't have to worry about having friends at school. It doesn't really matter. You just go to the barn, and then you have your horse. And, horse friends are usually better anyway.
Then she and I mounted an expedition to Alberta. That's when she met Vixen.
She was 4 years old, super, super hairy. She'd come out of a field in Alberta, in the middle of winter. You know, I really liked the expression she had, kind of her very soft, calm eyes.
She'd eat fuzzy peaches, like no horse ever does that. And we always joked that she was more of a dog than a horse. I'd show up to the barn and Lizzy would have Vixen just in the driveway and she'd be in the barn and Vixen would just be standing there. You normally would leave a horse and they'd take off and, you know, you'd have to go chase after them, but no, Vixen just hung out.
Anything Lizzy was feeling down about or having a bad day, I guess, she'd go see Vixen and it would make it better. That was part of why she was so special. She would kind of have this effect, you kind of smile. She'd have fun with her and they'd play together. And
She was like a very overprotective mom. She would go away for a weekend and she would leave Vixen's food in a Tupperware container and there'd be like a little apple and a little note saying Vixen's lunch.
She loved her all the way through. Winning, losing, it didn't really matter. She loved her.
You really do develop a relationship, and that's something I strongly believe in. You know, relationship building time with the horse, you know, bonding time, and letting your horse be a horse, and enjoying them for who they are, and they can enjoy you for who you are. You know, if you don't have that natural side, then it's all artificial. I was quite young to have a young horse. It was a lot of work. It was really hard. A lot of days that were frustrating. You know, I was told by a coach that Vixen wasn't going to go pre-training, which is sort of a novice level equivalent. I knew there was something in her. She had the heart. She wanted to do it. She wanted to jump those big jumps and she wanted to gallop. The coach never really took me seriously.
Most people don't have any idea what eventing is. Well, that's how they used to test war horses. The 3 disciplines of dressage, stadium jumping, and cross country. And it was all to check whether the horse would be properly dutiful as well as physically capable of work on a battlefield.
She was an amazing jumping horse. She lived for cross country. Cross country was her element. Like, that was where she shone. One day, unfortunately, she fell down. They said she was fine. There was something in me, a little bit of a gut feeling that I was like, this isn't right, this isn't right. You know, I gave her some time off. Then when I did get back on her, she was uncomfortable. She was very uncomfortable. Her condition progressed, it got worse. You know, she started having difficulty, seemed like she was having difficulty breathing. She kind of hyperventilated and tripping a lot and tripping bad. It was something in her spine. She was unable to run, and that's what she lived to do. I couldn't tell her, you can't run, it's bad for you, you can't. She just didn't understand. That's not fair. I couldn't do that to her. I think that will be forever one of the hardest decisions I've made.
That's all right. Go ahead, just trot over the pole. Yeah, a little bit defensive. Nice.
My students will tell you all about Vixen because I constantly say, oh, well, she did this, so I needed to respond this way, or little things that I don't even realize necessarily that I'm bringing her up. Vixen was always that underdog, a horse that people underestimated. She gave me opportunities that I could have never even hoped for. It shaped me. Everything I did with her has shaped me as a rider, as a coach, and as a person. I know I'll never find one like her.
I don't know that another horse will ever replace Vixen in her heart, but I do hope that she finds another horse. A different partner and a different friend. You can have that again.
If you get into a tough spot when you're jumping, your horse will kind of go limp, right? And they'll go, oh, you stopped riding. When life gets tough, kick on, add leg, push through. Keep going. Kick on.
I wake up every day and I find that I love you more, that I love you more than I did the day, than I did the day. Of hair